Okay, so
welcome to the Jackson Hour / Weekend's Last Beer. I got Frank, my co-host on Weekend's Last Beer. We'll be start doing that show come next week, but we're gonna kind of do a little split of Jackson Hour versus and then Weekend's Last Beer. So how you doing tonight, Frank?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Hanging in there. I'm heading to Florida actually on Sunday, so I can't wait for that. Me and my girlfriend and her family are going down there, so I'm excited to go down there because I haven't really been on a vacation since I started working in the real world. So I'm excited. I needed it. I need it for sure.
Yeah, I feel like a vacation is a must-have. Me and my wife were like talking about doing a vacation, like just us two, maybe in September, with the baby, of course. Probably in September. Maybe Hilton Head, sneak some golf in there, somehow.
Is she a golfer?
She's just starting to learn, so it's pretty freaking awesome. I know a lot of like other golfers are gonna be like, "Boo this man" right now. But what my goal is to get her good enough that she gets addicted, and then I can join a country club, and she sees the money as not a big deal because it'd be worth it for us to golf all the time, though. And then my son will be playing, and then it's a family outing every time. So. Hate me if you want, but she does understand it's boy time at sometimes. But when she's like, hey, on a Thursday, like when there's nothing to do, she'll come by and be like, hey, you want to play a quick 9? And she's starting to learn. And I'm like, yeah, I'm down to play a quick 9 right now. And we got the daddy caddy too, so that's sick. We pop it on the cart with the baby, and we pop all our clubs on there, and we just walk the baby for 9 holes and play. So it's pretty sick.
It's kind of interesting. Like once you become a parent, like you are now, it's like now you have to make all these, exceptions for what you do. You got to find a sitter if you and your wife just want to go out to like have
even like going to a dollar store, like going to CVS or a pharmacy. Like you have to plan so much ahead. Like, oh, do I have a backpack just in case of an explosion in his pants? Do I have this? Do I have that? I got to make sure that he knows that, like, Sarah knows that I'm taking the baby somewhere. So she's not freaked out that she doesn't hear him at all. Or, like, it's just like, it's like a Navy SEAL operation every single time you go out. Like, you need to pre-planned everything.
What, how's he on the sleeping schedule? I know this is the first half, usually is kind of like a little interview, but I know we've done this before. But how's like the sleeping? So far.
So like Monday through Thursday night, it's mostly Sarah takes on like the sleeping because I have to wake up for work. She's still not back at work yet. She's actually graduating from her boot camp for coding in May 24th. So she's like really pumped to get back into work, but she takes on that. But on Friday night to Sunday, it's all me, baby. So he'll wake up in like 3-hour intervals, but like 2 weeks ago he would wake up every half an hour. So it was a little rough. It was our hell week for that. It was like called the 4-month recession, basically. And he went through the thick of it, man. He was very clingy, needed always to be like on us. And we moved him into another room too. So it's like so we have his own crib, his own room. So it's kind of just like he doesn't know where we're at, but we're watching him on a little screen. And, it's just like, you still have anxiety. You're like, oh my God, is he breathing? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So it's like pretty fun in some ways, but like, because like, that you're going crazy, but at the same time, it's like, no, you're just being a first kid parent. Like that's
right.
So it's really it's like kind of like, it's these days aren't going to last forever that you can put them on your chest and enjoy it, but at the same time you're like, God damn, this sucks.
Yeah, no, I don't know that yet, but I'm sure once I have my first kid, it's gonna, it's nice to learn from people who already had kids, kind of like what to
No,
do and what
I
not to do.
seriously straight out call, like, I love my guy friends that already have kids because when I first had the kid, I would reach out to them like almost every like single day, like, hey, like, did you do this? What did you do? What was better? Like, hey, even like to like a pacifier. Like, I was like, hey, when did you start a pacifier? They're like, oh, we didn't start until like 3 weeks in, and then some of my friends were like, oh, we started right away. Like, and my buddy who has like already 3 kids, he's like, dude, just do it. Like,
Yeah.
he goes after the third one. But if it's like their first child, they're like, oh, we didn't wait until 3 weeks. But then there's like my friends that have already 3 or 4 kids, and they're like, dude, just do it. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, and
It's so
you're
funny.
you're learning from. I'm learning personally from all my cousins having kids, so I can kind of understand. What's up, Moose? How you doing, buddy? Kind of understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that kind of like a newborn. We got the rookies from our draft. They got the jerseys. So I don't have a picture of it, but I'll kind of go give the rundown real quick. Give me like
Campbell was shocking.
Yeah, so we got Kyle McCord, 19. We got Mac McWilliams, 22. We got Andrew Makuba, 24. Darius Slay's old number.
Mm-hmm.
We got Jahad Campbell at 30.
No, like that.
We got Small Mondoon Jr. It says 42D. I don't know what that D is.
I mean, there's double. There's someone else.
Oh, okay. 42. Then we got Drew Kendall, 66. We got Cameron Williams, 73. We got Miles Hinton, 78. We got Antoine Powell Ryland Jr., 93. And then 95, Ty Robinson. So
what's the D tackle, Nate? What's his number? Is he even on there yet?
No, which D tackle are you talking about?
The kid from Nebraska.
That's Ty Robinson.
What number is he?
He's 95.
Oh, I like that.
I do like that. I think I think he's going to be the white version of
Jalen.
No. The guy for the Myles Garrett.
Ooh,
with that number.
Okay, I like that.
I think I agree with you. I think Jahad Campbell
would have been a 99. 99 would have been dope.
Yeah, because you don't really see 99 in the NFL at all.
The only one I think of is the Steelers 99 D tackle. I always liked him.
That's what was his name? So there's been a few, but I mean, typically you don't really see that.
No.
Unless you're making a, my career player in college football, you go 99, he's like a running back, you put him at 5'2", and he's quick as shit, and then he gets drafted to the NFL and he's 99. Yeah, that's the really only way you kind of see it, and it's kind of funny. But I will say
Zero is a little swaggy in my eyes because of Swift.
I agree.
It's a little swaggy.
We got what's up, Fraddy? How you doing tonight, buddy? Good to see you. Happy belated birthday. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Jahad Campbell, I was surprised. I would love to see him in a single number. 30. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I would like to see like 6. No, not 6. Like a 2. Because who's 2 right now? It was Darius Slay. There's no number 2.
No,
so number 7 was Kenny Pickett, and we don't have him anymore. So yeah, I mean, what number do you think you're not a big fan of?
I know I'm gonna get backlash, but I hate number 1 because Jalen. I just don't think that's a good number for a quarterback. I like number 5 for a quarterback. I like number 2 for a quarterback, and I like a 10 for a quarterback. I think 5 is so swaggy though. 1, I get it. Like, it's Jalen Hurts, and he's like, I'm that dude. So it fits Jalen Hurts, but it doesn't fit any other quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only quarterback I feel like could do it. And he could also pull off a purple suede suit. So who am I to say? You know what I mean?
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I okay. So I'm looking at who the undrafted free agents we signed because yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Nobody gets 20. That is Weapon X for sure. So he signed wide receiver Darius Cooper, linebacker Lance Dixon, defensive back Maxon Hook, defensive back Brandon Johnson, running back Montreal Johnson Jr., defensive back B.J. Mays, wide receiver Taylor Morin, O-line Holland Pierce, and running back, this guy's name is Derek Powell. That's an interesting name. But yeah, I don't understand why we drafted or why we signed 2 running backs when we already have a running back room. So that was surprising. But yeah,
it's just to fill up. Just to fill
exactly.
it up for training camp. That's all it is.
Yeah,
you might get some surprises, but it's just to fill up the room. That's how I look at it.
And I mean, these numbers that we were talking about, they're not set in stone because we saw what's his face? Quinyon Mitchell, he was 30 and then he switched to 27. So these may not be set in stone. So I'm excited to see what happens. One topic I kind of want to talk about is this one, and then we'll go into we'll go to save the last one for best. So guys, this is like me and Frank are big golfers, so we kind of will talk about golf when we have our show, Weekend's Last Beer. But Barstool and Bob Does Sports made an announcement yesterday that they will, because they've been trying to do this for a while, but it was for content creators to host a golf tournament, and the grand prize is $1 million. I think those 2 guys, Barstool's Dave Portnoy and Bob Does Sports, I think they're great hosts, and I'm excited to see like what golfers turn out.
Well, what also I like about it is it's every golfer tournament. It doesn't matter if you're shit, if you suck, or if you're amazing. Like, you'll know, like, if they turn around and they're like, hey, handicap doesn't count at all, we all know, like, maybe the top 5 YouTube golfers that are in the race right there and then. But this turns around and then they're like, yeah, handicap's involved. Here we go. So you could have Bob win it. You could have Joey Coldcuts win it. You could have any crappy golfer. And I'm not saying Bob is a bad golfer or Joey.
Yeah.
But like if we get ever big, we have a shot. Like, it's anybody's game right now. Like, okay, you could have an eagle, but I could par it and I could be equal to you if my handicap's a 20. But I don't think they're going to have guys that are like, a 25 handicap. But I think they're going to have a limit to it, like probably like a 15 handicap, would you say? I think that's a good spot to have it at. And like,
say it again.
I think 15 handicap would be the best move on this.
Yeah.
I mean, they have it at my favorite course. That's actually one of my dream courses. We actually talked about it last episode on, Last Weekend Beer. We talked about, like, where do you want to play? And I was like, oh, I want to play at Big Cedar Lodge. That's one of my top ones. The Tiger Woods created course in the middle of the country. I didn't know what state it was in, but I knew it was Big Cedar Lodge. I literally follow them on Instagram. I follow them on everything. And I'm like, that's like one of my top courses next to the French Licks. And it being there makes it 10 times better. Now, it is invitational only. So that's really cool, too. I think that's a great setup because anybody could say, hey, I have only one YouTube video and I'm going to buy a ticket to play. I like that it's invitation only. And I think Bob and Dave are going to really jump on this and be like, all right, who's these guys who are the most entertaining? Who are these guys that could, like, really get it out? I think it's going to be a really fun show. Like what they did at the Players this year and last year with the most. I watched it. It was so much fun to watch. It was that Wednesday. The guys were playing, having a good time, and there was a huge crowd. Do you know how much crowd there's going to be out there? This is my question: is if it's invitation only, are you going to have fans there? Because you got to have fans there, right?
Well, so I was listening to a podcast actually, and they were saying about they hit on this, and what's going to happen is they're going to have fans lining up, the course, and they're going to have people like hooting and hollering, like making noise. Because I mean, granted, guys, I know people in here are not big golfers. You should start watching it. It's a great sport to watch and play. But if you've seen any tournament on live television, the thing is you have to be quiet when the people are hitting, on the tee box or any shot. So with what Barstool and Bob Does Sports is they are completely getting that out, and they're going to have people hooting and hollering and making fun if you fucking skull a ball into the pond, or if you top it and things like that. It's supposed to, because like Frank said, this is a tournament where handicap doesn't matter. It's for good golfers. It's for bad golfers. So it kind of brings an atmosphere that you don't really see on the golf course. So I think that would be really cool just
It's
to
going to be
watch
hole
it.
16 everywhere in the waste management. That's how I
Yeah.
feel like it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be mayhem. But at the same time, I feel like they can't go way too far that it's just a drunk fest, because then it'll just be unmarkable. Like, and people will be like, all right, it was like fun the first time. I feel like it still needs to stick to golf. It can't be too cartoony in a way or too broy. But I feel like it's just going to be so much damn fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
My question is, are the Foreplay and Bob Does Sports guys allowed to play on it, or are they just hosting it? That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see kind of next week when Foreplay comes out with their new podcast, if they mention anything about it, because I'm not really sure. I don't. My assumption is yes, they'll be part of it. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be
Playing?
playing. Yeah, see, I don't understand. Like, why not? I mean, it's for content creators.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That play golf
I
on
think it's
YouTube.
going to be a blast. And it's like in August. So next year, if there's a better plan, like if they planned it out like longer, I would definitely set up a flight with like my boys and go out there. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
like even
It's
if we
definitely
weren't
something.
invited, like Jordan, I'd be like, yo, let's just do it for content on the outskirts of it,
Yeah.
and show you like we could do behind the scenes of that. So I'm 100% down doing that. I don't think the wife would be 100% down, but I can talk to her about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Speaking about content, and then we can go back into this. Wesley Bryant, you know that name?
Yeah, I know the Brown brothers.
He's big on YouTube golf, obviously. He's on the PGA Tour, right? He has his PGA Tour card, but he was playing at a Creator Classic for the Live Tour, right? This was like last week or 2 weeks ago, and the PGA Tour banned him from playing in the PGA Tour ever again. And then
they banned him. I thought they
banned him.
Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous. I thought they
no, they banned him, and then it's like, okay, well, you have Grant Horvat from Good, and he's doing all these tournaments with what's his face? Who's the lefty? Phil Mickelson, and then like on the Live Tour, and then he's doing stuff for PGA Tour. So it's kind of a conversation started that like I was listening to about today, that it's kind of both sides of the coin. It's like, okay, well, yeah, that's messed up. I mean, he has his PGA Tour card. That shouldn't happen.
To a Live thing, yeah. I get that side. I think he should have been suspended. That's okay. Slap on the hand kind of thing. Like, hey, don't do that. But then my question is, aren't they like setting up a deal that they're all going to be working together soon? Like, whatever happened to that? So once again, the PGA is falling all over themselves for this. They're trying to be the more, I don't know how to say it. Like, oh, we're more hierarchy, blah blah blah. We have the history. But like at the same time, like the PGA is just falling all over themselves with this and YouTube golf. YouTube golf, I feel like, is the future of golf in a way.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing a lot more younger kids watching this. They're watching Bob Does Sports. I'm seeing like my 12-year-old nephew asked for a have a day hat for his birthday. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, yeah, I like watching that. And I'm like, oh, do you want to golf? He's like, yeah, absolutely. It's like, oh, they're seeing the goofy side of golf. But on TV, they see the serious side of golf,
Yeah.
like when you have to be quiet, this and that. But they don't see, like, hey, going out with your boys, having a couple drinks, and just goofing off and having a good time. And this is where it's at. Like, you have Rory telling, like, making fun of YouTube golf. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good look. And I just don't think this is a good look with the PGA. I think it was too harsh. I think they want to just show their muscles and flex it. But they wouldn't do that to Max. They did that to Max. Everybody would be like, all right, screw you. Like, I'm sorry, but if someone called me today and was like, hey, do you want to be partnered with Phil? No, I don't have the PGA card. I understand. But hey, you're doing a non YouTube tournament with all these other creators, and they're just with live guys. But most of them were like, legends in the PGA tour. Like, why are you bashing this kid who is just starting out in the PGA? And I get it. He's in the PGA and he's messing with live guys. He's a professional. This is where the side I do understand with the PGA. But do I think it was too harsh? Absolutely. It's ridiculous. You're breaking the kid's dream. If I was live right now, I would turn around and offer this kid like $50 million to come to live and just go, no, poo-poo to PGA. And now we have a amazing content creator like Minwoo Lee and stuff like that. Like, dude, they're winning the game of social media, and guess what? Social media is here to stay. Like, I hate the break.
Yeah, I mean, I see the argument on both sides. It's like, okay,
really
Grant Horvat, like, yeah, he's with good. He doesn't have his PGA Tour card. Wesley Bryant, he has his PGA Tour card. I think he like knew what he was doing, so I don't think he's too offended. But yeah, I mean, but the other side of it's like, okay, well, right now live and PGA Tour are divided, and I guess they got to crack down because PGA Tour has been around longer than Live Tour, and they want to make sure, okay, if one of you guys wants to do a Live Tour creator classic or whatever, well, this is what's going to happen. So I think it's kind of just laying the law. Whether or not I agree with it, I think it's kind of like their last pitch effort to like, okay, well, if you guys truly do believe in the PGA Tour and not the Live Tour, you got to stick with us. So it's kind of a toss-up topic to have.
But it's ruining the game of professional golf. That's the problem. Because we all look at other, like, tours of the PGA. What are the biggest ones that we watch is majors. Guess what? Live is basically, in most of the majors, they can play in these majors. So they're watched more because we know the best of the best in the world are playing against each other.
Yeah.
Every day, 5 years ago, it was at every single goddamn time. So they need to figure something out. And if they do figure something out, they need to release that ban right away. There you go. This kid's back. He's allowed to play. That's crazy.
Speaking about going back, how do you think people are going to get invited to go to this Barstool / Bob Does Sports tournament?
Well, I know one of my goals I'm not going to say this year, but next year if they do it again, that's one of my goals during this, to be invited. Because we are going to do a YouTube channel, Last Weekend Beers, and we're going to be doing a monthly golf video to send out on YouTube. I'm really pumped about it. Really excited to start golfing with you. But I think it's going to be like a master's invitation properly sent out, and maybe even like a video inside the envelope that you pull out, you press play, and it's an invitation. I think that would be the best way to do it. Or they could do it like the announcement of like a live like YouTube and it's Dave and Bob standing next to each other, and they're announcing each YouTuber that's invited.
Yeah, because I mean, granted, it's cool they're doing it, but it was kind of like a last minute thing. So like, if they like, let's say they mentioned this in December of last year, and it's like, okay, August 2025, this is when it's going to happen. I feel like they could have. What I would do is I would watch these YouTube golfers, right? I would see how many views they're putting out daily, what their content is, and kind of like a rubric, right? Like on okay, weekend's last beard. This is who they pull. This is what they're doing. They're kind of funny and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see behind the scenes on how they're deciding on who's going to be invited. Because I mean, more and more YouTube channels popping up with YouTube golf. So it's like I think it's like 40, 50 golfers or 40. It's not a big number of golfers for the first time around. Like it's not going to be like 130 golfers, right? Because it's going to have to be a 3-day tournament. And having 130 golfers, I mean, they may kind of emulate what the PGA Tour does. Like, okay, you have 80 golfers. Yeah, you have 80 golfers the first day, and then you cut, call it +5 or whatever. And then the rest, the other days is when it's going to be like the legit thing. So we'll see what happens.
Who's going to be the not judges, but the rule enforcers? Like, if they're going to be like a PGA like a ref on each hole, like, how is this going to work out? That is because I'll fully volunteer to be one.
Yeah, I think I don't know, but they may get like local pros from golf courses who like know the rules and get them to be the judges.
I think a lot of these guys actually got to know the rules too. Like they got to learn them now because this is going to be like this is for real money. I think the pot is it the winner wins $1 million, or is it the pot and then it goes down from the cut line? Is the question.
I think that's what it is. I think it is the purse is $1 million, right? And it's kind of like the PGA Tour.
That's cool. See, I love that idea. I think it's like even $1,000 is a lot to me right now with babies.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a lot of diapers. I'm happy with that. So no, I think it's a great idea. I think it really grows the game. And you know what? It gets like, a guy like me thinking like, oh man, if I was on hole 18 and I had I was number on first place and everybody's watching me, I don't know if I could hit that ball down that. But the cockiness me is like I would strike the ball right down the fairway.
Yeah, exactly.
But also
it's kind of like yeah, it's kind of like
but that's what the beautiful thing is. You never gonna know what's gonna happen on the 18th. You might have a lead of like you might be behind with 4 strokes in this tournament, and you don't know because this guy is still a 15 handicap and he might shoot a 9, and then you're first place now. So like that's what makes it beautiful because there's always a question on every single shot. Hey, is this guy going to duff it? Is this guy going to do this? Like, what's going to happen here? And I think that's the beautiful thing about this thing because in PGA, if you have a 2-stroke lead and you're on the 18th hole and you're the last guy and the guy next to you is, 2 strokes behind you, well, that's pretty much match game set.
Right.
But in our world, it's like, oh, I'm still in this. I'm still in this till that ball goes in the hole.
I mean, speaking of tournaments, this has not been set in stone. I just want to see, who would do it. But if 302 Birds makes a golf tournament, we'll pick the place. We'll invite people. Who would actually go? It'd be like a 1-day tournament. This is not mentioned to Dalton. I was just thinking about it. Just let me know in comments if you guys would want to do a 302 Birds sponsored golf tournament, and I'll put together. I'll work with people to put together because I got connections. Moving on. Speaking on the same kind of vein, you're going to the Truist Open, the PGA Championship in Philadelphia. Kind of let me know or let them know like what that is and where it's at and things like that.
So it's at the Cricket Club in Philadelphia. It's one of the pristine country clubs in Philadelphia. It's a gorgeous course. I walked it before, never played it, but I did walk it because I was at a wedding, and we snuck out and walked the whole course with like me and my buddy with a couple beers just to walk it.
That's awesome.
That sounds psycho, but yeah, we wanted to do it. And it was like I would say like 5 months ago we went, and we just walked through the whole thing. And it is a beautiful course. It's very challenging, very long. I'm really excited to see Rory. I know I sound like such a Rory fan, but I'm really not. But I just want to watch the Masters champion walk around, and just really follow him. That's going to be my main goal, is walking him for a couple holes, maybe go like the back nine with him. But I definitely want to follow a couple of other guys like Homa. I have him on my list. Yeah, I'm just really pumped up to go. It's in Philly. Me and Sarah actually went to the U.S. Open last year for the LPGA, and that was sick. That was really fun to watch, and that was at Lancaster Country Club, and that was my first time ever going to a professional golf thing, and it changed my mind. Like, I want to go to more of these. My wife loved it; she had a blast. And like even like the people around you, like they just love the sport. They're just drinking beer, talking the shit, and like you'll run into people just talking, and then you're like, "Oh, did you ever play this course?" No, no, no. And then one guy will, and then he would tell you like his score. He's like, "Yeah, dude, like I suck." Like it's so funny. Like you just shoot the shit with so many people, and you meet so many people. Like I can't even tell you how many people we met that we were just drinking a beer, and we're like, "Oh, so where are you from?" And we're like, "Oh, we're from Philly." People are like, "Oh, we came from like blah blah blah." I'm like, "Dude, you flew here for the U.S. Open LPGA?" And they're like, "Yeah." They're like diehard fans, and I'm like, "That's so cool. That's so interesting." Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm excited about the Truist Open. Just meeting new people, and if you are there and you see me, just scream out Frank. I'll just come over and say hi to you. I don't care. I'll talk to you. You'll meet my wife. You won't meet the baby. We're not bringing the baby. But yeah, I'm really pumped to go. It's one of the coolest things in golf, man, is seeing the people that you actually watched when you were growing up, like Rory. I wish Tiger was there. Hopefully he gets a good, healthy recovery. But yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's one of the big four, tournaments in PGA. So it'd definitely be exciting. I wish I went to the BMW Open when I was at Wilmington Country Club. My parents did; they loved it. They got to see all their favorite golfers. But yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be exhilarating. It's one of the first times in a long time that a major tournament has been in Philadelphia. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see. What this tournament holds. I think like they were looking at bets today, and it's like Scotty Scheffler is like plus 300 to win, and then everyone after that it's like
1,000.
Yeah, plus 1,500, plus 1,800. So it's an interesting field. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited. Make sure you send some content and some pictures because that'd be cool.
Will do. I'm really excited. I bought tickets like literally 3 weeks ago, and I was like a little kid when I bought them. I told my wife right away, and I was like, I got them. Yeah, and like next year it being the PGA Championship, I forget where exactly it is around Philly. Forget which course, but I am on the waiting list for that, and I'm on the will be on the waiting list on June, I think 10th for the Masters. So I'm all in.
Yeah.
Another one I really want to go to is, of course, the Waste Management. I never went. That's one of my bucket lists. I hear it's a crazy time, and you just got to mentally prepare for the craziness.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get there in the next like couple of years just to go. Maybe just with me, Sarah, and a couple, guy friends. Have a couple beers, enjoy it, and have a good time. And that's what I'm excited for Truist, because I know a lot of people on Friday took off, and we're all going. So I'm really pumped to go.
And I mean, moving on after this, we can move on. But like playing golf with your buddies, if you're horrible, it's all good. It's all about just enjoying 4 hours, just hanging out with your boys, getting destroyed, getting tipsy.
Yeah.
So it's definitely it's fun. It's a fun thing to do. You're enjoying outside. So if you
My
guys
favorite
are
part about golf is it's not even like about your score. It's just like, like after your buddy hitting a great shot and you're going, dude, that's a hell of a shot. Or like if
yeah,
you shank it, you go, hey, shank eponymous, like go get your fucking ball, idiot. And it's just
exactly.
like little wise jokes like that. And it's just like you can be truly yourself with your guy friends. Like you're not some LinkedIn name, or you don't have to act like always so proper all the time. And like, that. And it's just like you could just relax, drink a beer, smoke a stogie, throw a zin in, and not worry about people giving you shit because you're with your boys and you're just laughing your asses off, throwing like those inner jokes around and just cracking up. So it's so funny.
It's enjoyable to do, and I definitely recommend you guys try it out and see if you like it. Because I'm telling you, you may not be good, but you will fall in love with it because you have one good shot and you're like, oh, I want to come back. So
Oh my god,
make
yeah. I
sure
mean,
you good.
Joe Rogan even said he like all his buddies try to get him to go golfing all the time. He's like, nope. And they're like, why won't you go golfing? Because he's like, because I see how my friends when they first go golfing, and then it starts building and building and building and building and building, and then you're fully addicted. And he goes, I have
Yeah,
the most addictive personality ever. Like I feel like I would be too addicted. And I'm like, I agree with that statement because
yeah,
after like I would say 2018, 2019, when I really started getting into golf, I was addicted. Like I wanted to play every single weekend. I wanted to play. I wanted to go out on boys trips. I wanted to do this. I want to do that, and that's what happened with me. Thanks,
yeah. I
Chris, for
mean,
that, by the way. My buddy.
Dalton's getting into it. Who knows how long that bug will last? I know he's been bugging us, not bugging us, just texting us to go golfing. So
Yeah, we got
we
to
will
get out.
definitely take you out. Moving on. This is going to be the the funniest topic. We're not going to say any names, but if you were in the Delco area, you probably saw a video go viral of one individual who had some road rage. And we have coined her name to be the Delco Deucer. So if you guys seen this video, it is this woman that was had really bad road rage, and the car behind her, she decided to go up on the hood of the car and drop a deuce, and it was
It was a
disgusting.
splatty patty. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
even a dude. It was a splatty patty.
it was not firm at all. It was like splat. So yeah, it went viral in Delco. I think she ended up getting arrested for
She's
it,
a
but
wreck. I already saw the whole thing like listed out of what she got all arrested for, and it's hilarious. Like indecent disposure, like oh my god, it's just so funny. And then the arrest video makes it even better. Like when she gets arrested and put in the cop car, she's like, "I'm sick," and I'm like, "No, you're just the only thing you're sick with is diarrhea. That's the
yeah,
only thing." Like she did that on command. Like I want, like here's my question here to her. Like the number one question I have: how did you do that just right away? Like on point, like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shit on this person's car. Let me get one ready. Like it was just ready to go like that. That's insanity.
yeah, dude, and it's just like she did it so nonchalantly. And then the biggest question I had was, so she did the deed, right? She took a deuce on the hood of the car, and then she proceeded to go back in her car and not
Put her
wipe.
pants on with Dookie in her butthole. Still
That is
splattered all over the seat.
disgusting. That is disgusting. I mean, that only happens in Delco. You don't see that
Yeah.
in Newark, Delaware. You don't see that, and you may see it in Wilmington, Delaware. But just what kind of balls do you have that you're like, you know what? This person's pissed me off. I'm gonna piss them off, and I'm gonna take a nice little deuce on their hood of the car. So,
But here's my
um,
favorite thing about this whole story. So my one of my coworkers, her and I were like talking about it like all day. And her friends are like FBI agents, man. They figured out the girl's name, they figured out like who it was, like so quickly. They like figured it out, right? The girl changed her name on Instagram, and I won't say her first name or last name, but she changed her last name to Shithead. Okay. Shythead. And then she had under it her OnlyFans link. So she has an OnlyFans. So what is going on here? Like I sort of do want to pay for her OnlyFans just to see what she does on there. Does she shit? Does she do that like kind of gross shit? And just thought that was normal now to just shit whenever she wants. Like it's so funny to think about because I'm like, dude, this girl's like trying to get this like spot, but like at the same time, and then her one quote underneath her thing is cannabis is the lube I use to slide through life. Like
what an interesting quote to have on a profile
on her Facebook. Dude, it is absolutely insanity. Like this story. Like I was dying laughing on I think it was it was Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I was dying laughing because my friend Bree sent me the video and I was like, what did I just watch? And she ran over to my office and she was like, did you see that? And I was like, first off, you gotta warn me.
Exactly. Like, what the hell are you watching?
And I was crying at work like so hard that like even my director comes in and goes, what are you laughing at? I was like, I can't show you this. You just gotta look online at a Delco girl and this road rage accident. And then like 10 minutes later, I hear my boss go, oh my God, that's gross. So it was just like laughter nonstop all Wednesday. So it was just so funny. Like it was just like you saw it just growing through the office space of the story, and everyone was like, "Yo, did you hear about this like Delco deucer? Like what is going on here?"
Yeah.
And I just started laughing because I was like, "This is so fucking Philly. It is ridiculous. Like this makes us look so bad, but at the same time, do I think of anything less of that part? Like it's just insanity. Like, girl, did you eat Chipotle right before like you were driving, then they got in a road rage incident? Like, it just went like, ow. It was like a spray cannon.
She already said poopy, poop, poop. No, for real. It was Frank texted to me and Dalton, and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? Like, what? What is happening right now?
3 times to understand what happened. You have to.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, wait, did she just poop?
The car is her toilet, for sure. Wrapping things up, I'm gonna come up on the top of my head. If you were to be put in prison for life, what would I don't want to I'll change it up.
What would you do the first day in prison?
No, what would you
shit
eat?
Myself and never wash my ass. That's what I would do.
No. So if you were on no, I don't know. Anyway, without further ado, that's the end of the show. I can't think of it, and I don't want to hold you guys. So Frank, again, I appreciate you coming on the show. This is the Jackson Hour. We're gonna do more. We're probably gonna do 2 episodes a month. Switch it up a little bit, but we like to announce that Frank and I are starting a new podcast called Weekend's Last Beer. And it's mainly golf, but it's all like sports in general. It's just a conglomerate of topics to talk about.
It's just to catch up on the week of just weekend stories that everybody hears about, and then you're just gonna hear our side of things, and it's just like different perspectives. I've been married for now almost 3 years, and I have a kid, and Jordan's in the dating world right now. It does have a girlfriend, but still, like, it's just different perspectives on things, and we thought it was just a great idea, just having the single aspect and just the younger guy aspect, and then the old, well, not the old, but like in his like mid-30s, just figuring out life and seeing where his family goes and different priorities, and just see what other sides are. And I thought this would be the best way to do it. And then, of course, talk about our golf game. If we golf that weekend, we'll tell you our scores, and then you can rip us a new asshole or go, wow, I wish I shot like that before. It's one of the two.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
We will be going live, 9:05 on Sundays? Is that what we're doing?
9:05 on Sundays.
So
and then we
stay
have another
tuned.
big announcement, but we can't bring it up yet. But we do have one big one to tell you guys in the next couple of weeks. Really pumped to tell you guys. Maybe next week we'll let you guys know, but we got to make sure we get everything settled down and documents signed and everything like that.
So look for it's not this upcoming Sunday. It will start next Sunday, which is the 12th, 11th. I think it's the 11th.
Is the 11th.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Make sure you guys tune into that. Go subscribe and things like that. We have an Instagram too. So we do appreciate you guys watching tonight. We'll kick it to Shardy after the show. He'll talk to the Phillies, big win. So without further ado, that is the Jackson Hour. Have a good night, boys. And girls.
And girls.